Let's time out the burst of wintry weather spreading across Ontario as we head into this evening commute. Starts off this afternoon as rain towards the southwest, but London towards the shores of Lake Huron, you've got a wintry mix, ice pellets, freezing rain. For the GTA, this starts off as a burst of snow, 5, 6 o'clock. So high snowfall rates, windy conditions through the overnight. Hamilton to Toronto, this transitions actually to light rain showers. Through tomorrow morning, though, Cobourg, Kingston, Ottawa, still be seeing some snow before this system tapers off. So again, showing you where we could see the freezing rain threat, Orangeville down to London, Grand Bend as well. And as far as how much we're going to be shoveling, it's about 5 to 10 centimeters, but it is occurring again through the evening hours. And for Toronto specifically, our highest wind gusts is coinciding with our highest snowfall rates, so reducing visibility this evening between 6 to about 10 p.m. And generally speaking, we are seeing gusty winds through this evening and a change to a southwest flow for tomorrow and milder temperatures.
Hey folks, so I shouldn't be talking quite as long this time. I just went out. I drive in the snow, it's insane. But I'll get to that. So last video I was talking about my database and I said it was my fault. I never really explained why. What happened was I was going to move some files. I was going to run my maintenance program, but I wanted to move some files first. So when I run the maintenance, it'll find them in a different place. And I forgot. I already started, so I stopped it. I can't do that because it moves files to a temporary directory, and then as it goes through them, it moves them back. And that's how I can do it one at a time, is it just takes the first file from that directory. Well, when I restart the maintenance program, it empties that temporary directory, so I lost a lot of files, and it just kind of messed things up. And I think maybe one of the files that was in the process of moving back, and it was only partially done. I think pretty sure that's what caused the problem. I know it was my fault, but I don't know exactly what happened. So I just kind of forgot to mention that. I said that it was my fault, but I never explained why. So, the camera a bit here. I want to block the light. It seems to be better that way, but make myself a little more central. So that explains that. So, as far as the monster projects, as you've seen, I'm having an issue getting the hinge pin back in. I can actually talk about this because I know where this video is going to be in relation to that. In previous videos, I haven't been able to really talk about it because I don't know exactly what's going to be where. But I'm having an issue getting it back in. And if you remember, when that hinge pin got rusted and seized up, I cut the plastic spacers. I cut slots in them so I could get some lubricant inside. Well, that caused an issue, because when I put the hinge pin back in now, it's catching the edges of those slots, and it's messing up the plastic spacers. So that's the issue I'm having now. And when I put my threaded rod in, and I've tapered it, I've talked about this in one of my project videos. When I tapered it, it's pushing inside the nut. Next time I take it out, I'm going to weld those nuts just to make sure that they're not going to get pushed in any further. Right now they're okay because the bolts on the ends are nice and long, they'll reach them. But I want to weld them so I don't push them in completely. But the problem is, with it tapered, it's going inside, but it's flaring the outside of the hinge pin. So that's what's causing the issue. I figured this out, afterward. But no, it's not. You can picture the end of the pin, and right along the leading edge, it's kind of tapered down a little bit. It's not anymore. So it's got kind of the sharp edge that's catching the plastic spacers as they go through. So what I'm going to do, I have a whole bunch of ideas going through my head. I hate this because once I start working on the monster, I have more to do. But this might be a good idea. I'm going to get new spacers. I'm going to replace all 10 of them because they're pretty nasty anyways. They get rust embedded in them now and everything. And the other problem I have is I can only grease that thing when I take it out. I had no way. It's the same with everything on the monster. There's no way to get any kind of lubricant into anything because everything just fits tight. And it's not meant for, winter. It's not meant to be blasted by salt. It's got, like I say, it's got holes in all the bars now. So I have thought of grease nipples in the past. I actually bought them. I've got one here. I bought a package of them because I was going to do that. But the problem is the bar that the hinge pin is in, it's very thin. So I'm not going to be able to get much just along the lines of threads in it. But the grease nipple sticks in too far and it'll hit the hinge pin. So I never bothered. But over this last little while, with this coming up in the project videos, everybody's suggesting grease nipples. I already talked about this, I've addressed it. But because the subject's come up again, I got thinking about it. And you can get grease nipple extensions. It's just a tube that screws into the end of the tube, and then the tube goes to where the grease nipple's supposed to be. And if I don't need it, they're like 6 to 8 inches long. I don't need that much, so I figure if I just make it like an inch long, cut it off, drill a hole in the tube and weld that to it, it's not sticking in, it's not protruding into where the hinge pin is, and I'll still be able to use it, right? But I got thinking, they're not cheap. I'm looking on Amazon. They're not really all that cheap. So what I got thinking, if I cut off the threads of the grease nipple, drill a hole in the bar, I can weld the grease nipple itself right directly to it. But I don't know what's inside here. I know there's a ball on a spring. I don't know if there's any kind of rubber inside or anything, so I want to test this. I'm going to weld this to, because it's not very big anyway, it's pretty small. And this one's just round. It's like you can't even put a wrench on this to tighten it. It's round. That's weird. I never noticed that. I guess they don't really have to be tight. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to get different ones. These are just basic. There's a package of 30, I think, on Amazon, and they've got the caps to keep the dirt out, so I want to get those. And I'm thinking if this works, I'm thinking I might put them on the front steering as well. The swivels that I replaced had to build my own, design my own, just to keep grease inside of that and keep that from rusting and causing another issue. Because if I can get enough pressure inside it, I can push the grease right through the bearings, right? That's my thought. But like I say, I'm creating more work for myself. But that work I'm creating might save me from work in the future, or having to replace everything that's rusted away and need to be replaced again. So that's my thought. If you know anybody who's welded grease nipples, will that actually work? Oh yes, that's the other thing too. The ones that I'm looking at on Amazon. Oh, my package is coming apart. If you look at these, how well you can see it, hopefully it'll focus on it. The actual part that the grease gun goes onto is really short. And the ones I'm looking at on Amazon, they're longer, because they need room for that. There's a ring that snaps onto it, and then the cap just kind of folds over on top. So it needs a little more room for that. And they just look like they're longer. So that'll give me more to, actually hold on to while I weld it. So that's the thought anyways. And uh-oh. That's not good. It's not 6 o'clock, it's not a pager test.
Attention, North Huron, Wingham, please respond to 38661 Belgrave Road. Again, that's 38661 Belgrave
out of town.
Responding for a chimney fire.
Oh,
Looks like no active flames that are visible at this time. There is some smoke. 3 parties in the residence. Again, that's a chimney fire at 38661 Belgrave Road.
in this kind of weather, you don't want to have a chimney fire. Okay, I don't know why I'm opening my coat. I'm gonna turn that down for now. It's not nice weather out there right now. So, yeah, I gotta wait for him to talk. Wait for him to talk so I can turn him down. Actually, while I'm waiting, I'm gonna grab my coffee. Oh, I got snow all over me here. Inside, outside, upside down. Okay, hurry up. You're making my video longer. I forgot I moved the chair to the other side. There we go. Now I can turn them down.
Attention North Huron, wake up the station. Please respond to 38661 Belgrave.
Okay, hopefully that's not still too loud. It's not far from the microphone. Okay, so here's the cool news. It worked. So I cut a piece off, and I discovered an issue with the ones that I was looking on Amazon, the double males with the thumb wheel in the middle. They're solid. So if I screw this directly into one of them, and I screw the other one on, there's no telling where it's going to stop, right? It could be pointed forward, it could be pointed sideways, it could be pointed backwards, wherever it gets tight. And if I turn it to where it's supposed to be, it's loose and it'll just move around. So I put these nuts on just so I can turn it to wherever I want, and then tighten the nut down. It's not going to move. So when I go out for a walk at night, I now have light. And the cool thing is, it's got a tripod mount on the bottom as well. That's why I like these frames. It's got a tripod mount on the bottom as well, so I can use a selfie stick. So you're not staring up my nose anymore. It's possible I might get to use this tonight. Because now we get to the weather. I should have had my phone out already. As we had another winter storm coming at us. Holy cow, it's almost 5 o'clock already. So I don't know why, for some reason I keep waking up early in the morning. It's driving me nuts. So I went back to sleep today, and I woke up late. And I actually woke up to a text from my sister. A special weather statement. A prolonged period of freezing rain as well as strong winds expected Monday into Monday night. Messy mix of wintry precipitation is forecast to develop Monday. Precipitation will likely begin as a period of snow, which is what we're getting right now, or ice pellets, before transitioning into a period of freezing rain. Just to put a nice hard cap on everything, make it hard to clean up. A freezing rain may last for several hours, potentially resulting in significant ice accretion in some areas. By Monday night, the freezing rain is forecast to transition to showers or flurries. In addition to the wintry precipitation, strong winds gusting to 70 or 80 miles per hour, or kilometers, sorry. 80 would not be good. We're talking tornado. Kilometers per hour, which is like 50, 55, no. Between 45 and 50 miles per hour. Also forecast to develop Monday into Monday night. And given these strong winds and potentially... Where did I leave off here? Oh, given these strong winds and potentially significant ice accretion, local power outages will be possible. Remains uncertainty as to the exact location and duration of this freezing rain event. People are advised to monitor future forecasts as freezing rain warnings may be required as the event draws nearer. Oh, there goes the fire trucks. So, I woke up today. When I looked at this, it's updated. It's no longer, special weather statement. It is now a weather advisory. Winter weather travel advisory in effect for this afternoon and tonight. Winter weather travel advisory has been upgraded from a special weather statement that was previously in effect. The hazards are snow and ice pellets with total amounts up to 5 centimeters, which is not much. Risk of freezing rain and freezing drizzle. Untreated surfaces may become icy and slippery. Sorry, I'm getting distracted now. Surfaces may become icy and slippery. Strong easterly wind gusts up to 70 kilometers per hour this afternoon and this evening. So, okay, I didn't get the rest of it. Oops. So anyways, when I woke up, I got a text from my sister, and she sent me a video. She said, I'm glad I got home when I did, because it went from clear to blizzard in like 2 minutes. So I got looking at the radar, and oh yeah, it started here. The yellow star, if you can see it, between Kitchener and London, that's where my sister lives. It basically started there at the same time it started here. There's like this big C shape all around us, and it just closed in all at once. So we're getting it right now, and I'm telling you, I went out. Of course, I had to go to get this on video, but it got worse really quick. So I had to go out, and wow, they don't sound like they're moving very fast. I'm not surprised. It's got to be rough on them having to go out of town in weather like this. I went out. It wasn't too bad. I wearing my ski goggles for the first time this year, because it's snow, but it's those little tiny ice crystal snowflakes again. They really hurt. So I put my ski goggles on. I could do that because it's daytime, because they're tinted. I can't wear these at night, so that kind of sucks. So I'm out, and I went down to the dam, and it's getting worse. It's getting thicker, and the visibility's going away, and the wind's starting up now, so it's starting to get really windy, and I hope we don't lose power tonight. I got a bunch of stuff I want to do in the computer. Plus, if we do start getting freezing rain or ice pellets, I want to go out. I want to go for a walk. Use a selfie stick for the first time ever. I have 2 of them. Cody gave me one, and something I bought. I don't remember what it was. Something I bought. It came with a selfie stick as well. I don't remember what that was. I just want to watch a fire truck go by.
Roger, car 1 responding, 1650, 713.
Get out of the way! Yeah, they're not moving fast at all. Not surprised. When you're driving $500,000 vehicles, you tend to be cautious. Especially if they're not your own. Okay. So I think that's all I had to talk about, really. Oops.
Channel mode.
I turned the scanner off by mistake. Turned it down too far. So, main thing I wanted to talk about was this, and the weather. But because everybody's asking about the greased nipples, and, I'm going to have more, project videos coming up. Because I have a feeling this hinge pin is going to be spanning a few. It took me a while to get it in. So, everybody's responding to it, wow. Well, hopefully it's nothing major. The problem with having a chimney fire is you can't use your fireplace anymore or wood stove until your chimney's cleaned out. So, you know, it's kind of crazy weather to have that kind of an issue. So hopefully everything works out alright. It's just minor. I've lived in a house. When I first moved up here, the house we lived in, we had a chimney fire. Joe just climbed up on the roof and pounded on the chimney to knock all the burning stuff down. Never really solved the problem, but we stopped the problem. So that was kind of interesting. That's my first experience with it. It's like if you ever see a diesel turbo fail, especially on a train engine, and all these sparks are flying out. That's kind of what it is. Best way I can explain it. It kind of looked like a jet engine spitting out sparks out the chimney. That's the only experience I've had with the chimney fire. It's the only time I've actually seen one. Hopefully all is well. Because like I say, it's like we were still able to use it. It's just, you know, didn't actually solve the problem. And then downstairs, the pipe above the wood stove was like just glowing bright red. So he took the back of a hammer and just tapped on it lightly just to knock all the burning creosote down. And that's how we solved the problem. But never had an issue, thankfully. But anyways, hopefully everything works out for these people. Because they're Belgrave Road, they'll be out in the open, and they'll be getting all this wind. So hopefully they got good insulation in their house too. So I guess that's it. I will show you my tour. And if I end up going out for a walk tonight, that'll be a separate video. I'll just show my tour from today. And just kind of give you an idea what it's like out there. And I've been talking for 20 minutes, so I won't be able to show at regular speed because, excuse me, I drive a long ways. Anyway, that's all I got for the talking part. Enjoy.